Hello everybody, video here for you today. There's a ranch in northern Utah that's considered to be the epicenter of the strangest and most disturbing phenomena on Earth. Bizarre UFO sightings, animal mutilations, and unusual energies that have proven harmful to humans. The federal government tried and failed for 20 years to find answers, but now a new team of experts has taken over, determined to reveal the secret of Skinwalker Ranch. This is a no-cap recap of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch Season 5 finale, episodes 13 and 14, called The Breakthrough and Shock and Awe, aired July 23rd, 2024. For more Skinwalker Ranch recaps, there's a playlist link in the upper right. At the Mesa drill site, the drillers attach their blue fishing tool to a drill rod so they can attempt to have it hook on to broken off drill rods in the Mesa. For 2 months now, the team has been trying to drill arcing boreholes from the bottom of the Mesa, curving up to come out at a 45-degree angle through the top of the Mesa. Once successful, they will be able to insert scanning equipment of all types into the boreholes to get more scientific data on the dome-shaped anomaly and surrounding objects inside the Mesa. The blue fishing tool is able to latch onto the closest rod and is pulled out of the borehole. They set up to try again to drill the complete borehole. They will work overnight so that they are drilling in the Mesa at the same time as the last experiment of the year takes place. 2 weeks prior, and using terrestrial LiDAR, Pete Kelsey detected a cone that stretched a half a mile from Homestead 2 on the left side to the east field on the right side, and terminated 2,000 feet above the triangle. In addition to the Mesa, the area within the cone is where the majority of the phenomena have been witnessed and are captured by the Fugal team, including the LiDAR captures of a circle in the air, at ground level, and below the surface, shown here together, looking very much like a wormhole. In tonight's experiment, a vehicle with a long-range LiDAR scanner on top of it will be driving down Ranch Road. From the gate, past the triangle, the Mesa drill site, and Homestead 2 before turning around and driving back to the gate. Cameron Fugal will be flying a helicopter above the LiDAR vehicle at different elevations. Meanwhile, a drone equipped with LiDAR will fly back and forth between the entry and exit points of the Mesa that a camera on the bottom of a helicopter caught a UAP flying into and out of in 2022. Earlier this season, the team was successful picking up a short-range 1.6 gigahertz signal through it. When the transmitter moved away from the entry point, the signal was no longer detected. This area has also consistently produced GPS data with gaps in it. In addition, they will use equipment from a hot air balloon to send flame up to 31 feet. In the location, a blob was detected by 2 different cameras. The team will also be running high-speed, night vision, and thermal cameras. The LiDAR vehicle begins rolling. The drill is burrowing into the Mesa. And as they start most experiments, a rocket is fired. Good launch, good shoot. Cameron reports that he is maintaining 1,000 feet above the vehicle. Dr. Taylor confirms the view of the rocket launch. The first abnormality appears on the trek back to the gate when Cameron reports that he is directly over the vehicle, but as this camera shows, he is not. His night vision goggles do show the vehicle below him, though. Dr. Taylor tells Cameron to fly east a bit, and then he is over the vehicle. On the next round trip, Cameron will maintain 2,000 feet altitude, which is the top of the previously LiDAR captured cone. Dragon launches a rocket from the east field, which Cameron says he did not see from the helicopter. In 2021, LiDAR picked up this 300-foot tall spire. And Dr. Taylor wonders if it could have obstructed Cameron's view. The LiDAR preview shows the cone wall. This is the night vision and camera view of the triangle from the drone. Within the triangle, the hot air balloon equipment shoots fire into the sky. Cameron reports that he can see the fire, but also constant static on the radios in the helicopter. Dr. Taylor orders the flame turned off and then back on, and Cameron confirms that the static is only while the flame is on. The drone night vision camera picks up a fog moving across the top of the mesa. It appears to be a ring of smoke that is hitting something at that 30-foot high mark and goes around it to end up at the mesa. Cameron moves up to 5,000 feet altitude and reports a small object flying past very close to the helicopter. Another one flies right past over the flame. The white line going from the flame to the upper right is its contrail. The contrail was not there until the object flew by at very high speed. Dr. Taylor and Dragon stay with equipment, but Eric and other members of the team get a helicopter ride to the top of the mesa so they can witness this: the drill bit breaking through the surface of the top of the mesa. Back in the triangle, after everyone is assembled, Eric says they likely have more data points collected that night than all of their previous experiments put together. Everyone packs up equipment and calls it a night. The second half of this episode, which for one day on the History Channel schedule was listed as a separate episode called Shock and Awe, begins the next morning with Dr. Taylor climbing to the top of the mesa with other members of the team to see the drill bit poking out of the top of the mesa. Once the team returns for the filming of season 6, the borehole will be expanded to 8 inches and then coated with a special concrete so that it doesn't collapse. It will then be used to insert scanning equipment so they can learn more about the dome-shaped object and the debris field like smaller objects around it. A few days later in Salt Lake City, Utah, the team meets with Brandon Fugel for preliminary results of the data from the final experiment. Pete Kelsey is first with his LiDAR data. He pans up to show the top of the cone. The top is 2,000 feet high, the exact height at which this space laser was blocked, and the cone was first detected earlier this season. Pete also points out this data captured in the east field sky, in the area of the spire captured via photogrammetry in 2021. Pete reports that he will need more time with the data to give it a complete analysis. Eric shows the GPS data from Jim's drone that was flying the in and out pattern. This is about the 40th drone flight this season in which the GPS tracking has gaps in it. Eric overlays a few of those other drone flights' GPS data showing similar gaps. Pete also has data from the SLAM scanner, which is a handheld LiDAR device that Caleb was walking around the triangle in the east field with. It shows LiDAR data points underground in the east field. The night the cone was detected, there were also data points underground in the triangle. Dr. Taylor wonders if the anomaly is capable of shifting within the cone or if it's an entirely different anomaly. Pete says the data underground corresponds to the data in the sky. Here are the most recent data points compared to the evidence of the anomaly in the triangle captured underground, on the surface, and above ground at different times previously. Eric shows Cameron's night vision goggles recording of the first UAP. It looks like a spherical object when the video plays, but still images just show the trail it leaves. The camera under the helicopter pointed straight down captured this light in the river. It is approximately the same spot where GPS registered hundreds of feet underground earlier this season. That spot is also very close to where the team found the carcass of what appeared to be a young dire wolf, which is supposed to be an extinct species. Here it shows all the data collected, and then a zoomed out view of it, and even more zoomed out. It will train AI to look for patterns in the data and use that to cut down on the time it would take humans to go through it all. I'll continue doing retro no-cap recaps of seasons 1 through 4 of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. I'm also doing retro no-cap recaps of The Curse of Oak Island seasons 7 and 8. All of the other episodes are already done and are in my Oak Island playlist. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment.